to be with you at this crucial moment of the day. I mean, crucial moment is evening here, almost evening. Almost 6 o'clock evening. That's the dawn of a new day from creation. Actually, it was the six, from 6. That was the beginning of a new day. The Bible tells us that God comes down in the coolness of the evening to fellowship with man. And that is the beginning of a new day. Just to remind you again. So I don't know what time it is in your own part of the world. Here is a new day already here, and we are glad and we're rejoicing in it. I want to have some moment of fellowship with you, wherever part of the world you are connecting from. Please do signify where you are. If you are coming in, I welcome you. If you are coming in, I welcome you. And today I'm broadcasting from Nigeria. This is Okonjo Christopher Television, broadcasting from Nigeria. I'm highly elated to have this quiet moment with you. Once again, I say you're welcome. If you're coming in, please do the needful. Just help me touch the buttons at your right-hand side of your phone. As you press it, it will automatically direct you to go like the live stream. Don't just like, comment. As you comment, also subscribe. I want you also to touch the notification button. Each time I drop a video, you'll be the first to see my video. And I'm telling you, you'll be blessed. Because I bring you vibes that will encourage you to hold on to life. I did a live stream the other time, and I'm talking about the storm of life. Someone was commenting, saying, thank God I knew the person of Jesus. Yeah, there are storms in life. Storms are the challenges that we go through. But the storms have not come to destroy us. I was making us understand. You see, the storms of life are there. When God created us and released us to the earth, we are like a lethal weapon. Not that we are we are lethal weapons. Because the Bible said we are greater. You see, every day, destinies are being released onto the earth. I'm telling you, when I was a little boy, it was about 6 billion people, but right now we are more than 7 billion people on the earth, which means there's low mortality rate of death than we have higher rate of people coming into the earth, which means destinies are being released every day into the earth. And you know one thing, the devil is not happy about that. Once destinies are released into the earth, snuff life out of them. But I assure you that every storm, which is challenges of life that you go through in life, they are not meant to destroy you. Because God has already assured you, when God was releasing you, He said you are a little weapon to go conquer the enemy. Don't be surprised when you go through challenges, diverse challenges. I call them storms of life. Thank you for coming in. Can you tell me what part of the earth you are connecting from? You are onto Okonjo Christopher Television, and you are welcome. Welcome at this hour, welcome at this time. We're going to have a koinonia, we're going to have a fellowship. So each time the destiny is released onto the earth, the enemy wants to squeeze life out of it. Did you see? He did that to Jesus. When Jesus came into the earth, He wanted to squeeze that destiny out of Jesus. But Jesus, knowing who He is, stood His ground. So you are a dangerous weapon released into the earth. And I'm telling you, the storms that you see of life are not meant to choke life out of you. But it looks as if you're going to choke life out of you. But I'm telling you, they are not meant to choke life out of you. Because the Bible tells us that the devil comes like a roaring lion that cannot bite. Have you seen a lion? Well, somebody asked me the other day, and like I said, it's actually said, like I'm saying right now, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, which means there must be for you to find, you must search. There's a searching, and it is the right of the man to go out there to search for a wife. It's not in the place of the woman to search for a husband. The Bible did not say he who finds a husband or who finds a man finds a good thing. So the searching of the wife is the sole right of the man to do that. It's your right to search, just the way God has placed things on the earth. It says, seek, ye shall find. God has wired the earth, so man is, wired to search for whatever he wants. So God will not, God has given you a new day. It's an entrustment. So whatever you do with the day, you are required to give an account. But you must search. Each day you go out there, you go look for one or two things to put life together. Thank you for coming in at this hour. Life is beautiful. But if you don't search out the beauty of life, it doesn't just come to you like that. They say good things come to those who wait. How patient are you to search for that woman? How patient are you to search for that job? You see, everything about life is that you must seek it. You must ask for. The Bible said in Matthew, is it 7 now? Matthew 7, it said, knock, the door shall be open. So first of all, let's find who a wife is before we automatically tell you to go out there to search for a wife. You know, a wife material is someone that is ready to, to help the man, fulfill his destiny. Remember, the book of Genesis tells us that Adam was not alone, but he was lonely. So, and Adam has been given a work description on the foundation of the earth. But for him, they need a helpmate. There must be someone that will keep him warm and also help him, to carry out the purpose and the reason why God has called him. So God brought the woman. So a wife, you must know a wife is a helpmeet that was given the vision. You are given a particular vision to fulfill on the surface of the earth. You need a helpmeet, someone that will understand your vision and key it. And together, both of you become a pair, and you go out there to fulfill the mandate of God. So, what is a wife material? She must be a helpmeet. Number 2, she must be a wife. A wife is someone, that submits. You are a wife. A wife is not a husband. A wife is someone that is loving. Eve was to love Adam, care for him. A wife is someone that is to care. A wife material is someone that is submissive. You can't have a woman that is not submissive for a wife. A wife is not someone that's come to compete with a man. Remember, the man is the one that carries the vision. A wife is someone that is called, to help fine-tune the vision of the man. You are welcome at this moment, wherever part of the earth you are connecting from. You are into Okonjo Christopher Television, and I'm broadcasting from YouTube. Once again, I welcome you. I'm talking, he who searches will find. What are you searching for? A wife is someone that is a benefactor in whatever area of your life. What area of life that you have been called into. So everyone is called, for a particular purpose. That's one thing I want to establish in our minds. When Eve came into the life of Adam, Adam was no longer lonely. He had a companion, and that companion was a helpmeet. So today I put it to you, please, if you come in, can you like the live? As you are coming in, can you like the live? Give me a thumb up. Let me know you are there. I'm there at this hour. I want to have a fellowship with you. Let's have a fellowship. Let me know what part of the earth you are connecting from. I'm here broadcasting from Nigeria, Okonjo Christopher Television, and I'm here talking about he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. Are you married? Please, can you come up and let me tell you, talk to me. Are you married, or you are looking forward to marry someday? Let's just have a chat. Tell me, how is your marital life? How is your wife? How is your husband? Can we just talk? Today, I just want to talk on this topic. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Yes, there's a favor you obtain when you find a wife. a wife material. There's a favor that comes with a wife that God has given you. Remember, it is God that gives. That wife that God gave to you, that you have, is God that gives. So when you want a wife, you search it from the mind of God. For every man put on the earth, there is a wife for you. For every woman put on the earth, there is a husband for you. You understand? But it's the right and the duty of the man to go search for the wife. You understand? But a lot of things are happening in our world today anyway. A lot of things. We see people, women looking for husband. Have you heard that? That's one of the things I want to look at. When you see a woman has come of age and she's not married, you understand what I mean? Something must have led to it. I mean, delay in marital life for a woman. I want to look at some issues. You know, a lot of things are happening in our world. Some few hours ago, I was doing a live stream and I was looking at the different storms of life. There's some women, they don't get married at the time they are supposed to marry. You know, when a woman begins to get above 24, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, in our own part of the world here, we look at it as if, she's passing the age of marriage. A woman should get married at, well, a desired age, and at an early age, a woman should marry at her 20s. You see, when you start early, you end early, you end well, you end early. You know, understand what I mean? But when a woman begins to get to 30, 35, 40, you know, people begin to look in our own side of the world. It's like late marriage. We have seen women that have delayed, waiting for at the age of 40, 45. You understand what I mean? So when you see, so I want to look at these aspects. So I want to look at these aspects on some women that don't get married at early age bracket I've just talked about. Early 20s, 26, 27. When a woman begins to get into 30, there's this insecurity that comes inside of her. Oh, I've not found a man. People begin to wonder and ask questions. Why is she not married? But though we say God's time is the best, but in certain situations, it could not be God's time actually. You know, it could be that maybe the woman, you know, has missed the man she's supposed to get married to. You know, it could be spiritual. You know, I've seen some families that, the ladies are up to 40, 45, 50, they're not married. Then you know that something is wrong there. You know, when you marry early, you give birth to the children. It's sweet as you grow along with your children. But when a woman begins to get to a certain age of 40, 45, 50, she's not married, people begin to raise eyebrow. What is wrong? I said it could be due to the fault of the woman, or maybe she has missed her husband. Some do some silly things and they miss their husband along the line. If you listen to your wife very well, she'll tell you, you know, based on it, you're not the one I'm supposed to get married to. I will have married to Emeka, I will have married to Nnamdi, but something I was just delaying because I was telling myself that there's a certain man I want to get married to. So you don't determine who you want to marry. God has prepared a man for you. And you know, so when they miss that hour of their visitation, of that man comings, it becomes a challenge for the woman. In some certain situation, it could be a spiritual thing. We have seen women at age 45, 50, they are not married. A spell must have been cast. And it's not only, it's a significant thing. If they get to age 50, 45, they don't get married. So that you know something is wrong there. Begins to get to that age and she's not married, there's insecurity in her. You begin to see, instead of the man coming to look for them, they now become the one looking for husbands. You know, so that's why you see at times you see people marry from Facebook and social media. They meet themselves at the social media and they begin to, you know, cut themselves. We've seen such things like that. We now begin to see the woman is the one looking for the man, which is a misplaced priority. It's not in the place of the woman to look for the man. The Bible did not say when you miss your time to turn scriptures upside down. We've seen women, you know, such age, looking for younger men to get married to. But we know God, that God is a God of mercy. When they have missed the breadwinner, the man they are supposed to get married to. So we use this opportunity to talk to our women. Please, I have flowers in my house, front of my house, and you see when you come out early in the morning, you see the blossoming of those flowers. That is how a woman is. But when you come back, that blossoming of that flower has become dim. That is how a woman is. A woman blossoms, and at the latter hour of her life, she begins to diminish. You see, no of her life, she begins to diminish. You see, nobody wants to look at her again. So, in such situations and circumstances, it becomes a storm in the life of that woman. It will not be your portion that you'll be looking for, husband to marry. Because why? Scripture did not say the woman should look for a husband. The Bible said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. You understand what I mean? So it is the man that does the searching. If you don't search for a wife, you will not find one. But when you search, you will find. I look at one aspect. I also look at another aspect of searching in the man. You see, when you are searching, be sure that your eyes are open. Don't marry a woman for just complexion's sake. Don't marry a woman for outside beauty. Don't marry a woman because someone says you should marry her. Marry a woman because it's the will of God for your life. Some people marry for complexion's sake and they marry in the night. Let me use an example of Jacob. So in the family of Jacob, we were told that from his lineage, they prefer fair woman. Isaac came from Abraham, and Abraham married to Sarah. Sarah was a fair woman. After Abraham came Isaac, yes. After Isaac came Jacob. I'm talking about from the lineage of Abraham right now. Abraham's wife was Sarah, and she was fair. After Abraham came Isaac. Isaac also married Rebecca. Rebecca was fair, And we were told that also Joshua, what's his name again? Esau and Jacob. Jacob also, when he was in his uncle's place, Pandarama, serving his uncle, he fell in love with, what's his uncle's name again? At Pandarama, his uncle. I've forgotten the uncle's name right now. He fell in love with the younger daughter, which is Rachel. And we're told that Rachel was a fair woman. I'm going somewhere. Some people marry for complexion, and it has caused them to marry in the night. I want to look at that aspect of men that marry in the night. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. We're told that Laban, his uncle, has two daughters. The senior daughter is Leah, and she's black, and the junior daughter is Rachel, and she's fair. And Jacob fell in love with the fairer daughter, which is Rachel. And you see, there's a custom in their place that the elder one must first of all get married before the younger one. So Laban went into a deal with Jacob, telling him that if you work for me for 7 years, I will give you my daughter. So he was thinking Laban is going to give him Rachel because Jacob was in love with Rachel. Rachel is a fair lady. So there's this weakness in the family that their men fell in love with ladies that are fair. Abraham's wife was fair. Isaac's wife was fair, Rebecca. So that thing runs in the gene. In some certain family, there are some families that such a thing runs in their gene. They get married to a certain women based on what they see outward. So Jacob was betrothed to get married to Rachel. He worked for 7 years. But when he finished working, he is now coming to get his bride, Rachel. Laban told him, in our custom, we don't give out the eldest, the young daughter. The young daughter does not marry before the eldest one. That He has a senior daughter. Her name is Leah. That she must first of all get married before the younger one will marry. That was how he told him, well, if you, I will give you Leah, but though Jacob did not ask for Leah, that was how Jacob ended marrying Leah, you know. And he said, well, if you are still in love with my daughter Rachel, you have to work another 7 years. So, but his heartthrob was Rachel. So for the wife that Jacob wants, he has to work for 14 years instead of 7. Why? Just because of he's looking for a fair woman. So it was not in the game plan of Jacob. It was not in the game plan of Jacob to get married to 2 wives in the night, because the love of his life was a fair woman. So there's some men that go for fair weather women. You understand what I mean? That is not the yardstick for marrying a wife. I mean, the rib of your rib and the bones of your bones. God has always set a wife for every man, but you must go search it out. You're missing rib. Remember when Eve was brought out of Adam, Adam recognized her as is the rib of his rib and the bone of his bone, and it became a part of him. So what are you looking out for a woman? You should look out not the complexion, not the height. You don't marry for height. You don't marry for, for complexion's sake. You marry because that is the rib of your rib and the bone of your bone. There are some men that marry in the night and they marry the wrong woman. Just like a typical example we gave you of Jacob right now. Jacob was not meant to marry Leah. He married Leah in the night and married Rachel in the daytime. So if you are looking for a fair weather woman, you will marry in the night. So talking to those men out there that are judging a wife by the complexion. No, a woman is not judged by the complexion. A woman is judged by the rib that God has, removed from you. And the most important thing that you go search for that woman. When you see your wife, you will know. I'll give you an example on how let me take a detour and talk about it. Friend that is, lives in Scotland. He's an Irishman, a white man, an Irishman, and he said in Scotland he has this African church that he attends. He's so engrossed with the community spirit that he's so engrossed with the community spirit that those apps have, and he's so much in love with that black or is white. I wasn't satisfied. I said, what are the inner quality and beauty that you see? And I told me the African woman is humble and has a good heart. I said, fine, you are talking. So the yardstick for when you know this person is your wife is the inner beauty. Because when you, at the latter part of your marriage with your wife, the beauty of a woman is not her facial look, is not her outward appearance. The beauty of a woman is in her mannerism, a woman that can still stay with you when in the good and the bad time. Not a woman that is marrying you for what you have, but a woman that stays with you when the storm is high. A woman that stays and weather the storm with you is a wife. That's a wife material. So when my Irish friend told me these are the qualities that makes him admire the African woman because of her inner beauty, her strength. He said, and she's humble. I said, yes, that is one of the characteristics of our women here in Africa. You see, Europe and America is a woman's world. A man dare not mess up the woman. She will sue him and go with all the properties that make up the man and go with the children. That is Europe and America for you. But in Africa, it's a man's world. You see, when a man cheats on the woman, nobody talks. But when a woman cheats on the man, the whole world will hear it. Someone begin to ask, are they not human being? No, it's because of where you find yourself. It's a man's world in Africa. That my Irish friend told me, I like African women because they are humble. based on the geographical location that they find themselves, because they know it's a man's world. What are we hitting at right now? You should marry for where you are going to, not what you want to see. Beauty will fade, but I'm telling you, but character will remain. The beauty of a woman at old age is the character she exhibits with you. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. That's my topic today. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Is your definition of a wife? I just said it here. Who is a wife material to you? You understand what I mean? A woman that is strong in her inner man. A woman that has character in her. A woman that can weather the storm with you. There's some women that cannot weather the storm with you. When you're going get good, when you're going is going good, they stay with you. But when the going gets tough, they change address. That is not a wife material. Remember, that is not a wife material. It's a woman that stays with you till the end. Remember, marriage is meant, for better, for worse. That is one aspect of life that people don't want to hear, but that is how God has made it. He said, till death do us part. Do you know what that means? Till death do us part. So two people from two different geographical locations coming together, to chart the course of a new life, a new family. The family is the nucleus of our society. We're having a toxic world today because our family unit has been bastardized. There's so much toxicity in our family unit because the family unit is the bedrock of our society. So, you see, whatever you see, you should marry. Whatever you see, you should marry is the quality of that woman. The quality that woman has is what makes the woman. So you should marry. So every child. So every child on the earth, you were once a child. From a child, you became a boy. From a boy, you became a man. You are released into the earth with you are on an assignment and you are on a destination. Everyone is going somewhere to happen. You are on a destination and you need a partner. That's a wife. A wife that will help you chart the course of this destination that God has set you on. No one goes on a journey that will not count the cost. So you want to go on a journey with someone that is ready to count the cost with you. You don't embark on a journey with someone that will not, that will not keep the vision alive. We tell people to keep the vision alive. You need someone that believes in your vision. We have seen whereby people marry and their visions are being destroyed. Let's look at the life of Samson. Samson was a typical one. The man did not understand his destination. At the time of Samson, God released him because why? The Israelites were going through too much torment from the Philistines. I think so, yeah. And Samson was released as a strong man to stand against them. And his weak point was that he couldn't find a wife for himself. He couldn't find a wife. He didn't know the definition of a wife. Because why? He didn't search for a wife. Because the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor. Any woman you see on the street is not a wife. There must be a searching for you to find. That's the bottom line of the message. There must be a searching. He who finds a wife finds a... So Samson did not... That's why every woman under skirts appealed to him. And because of that, he loses his destiny. So we have seen young people that lose their destinies because they did not search for a wife. Every woman under this is not a wife. Every woman under the skirt is not a wife. Every woman is not a helpmate. God has designed every woman for one man. Every man has one wife. There's a woman that is designed for you. Until you search, you will not find. So there's a searching that precedes finding. It was not in the foundation of Jacob to get married to Leah, because Rachel was his wife. I mean, Rachel was the love of his life because in his lineage, his fathers were marrying fair weather women, and that is not the yardstick, I mean, for getting married. Before God called Abraham, Abraham does not have a child, and he married to Sarah. Sarah was a fair woman. Look at Isaac. Isaac also get married to Rebecca, and he had two children, twins, Jacob and Esau. So you see, now Jacob again fell in love with a fair woman and married two women. The love of his life was Rachel. The Bible says God closed her womb. Later on, her womb was open. So we should know why we are marrying. Marry for the good reason. Marry for where you are going to. They told us that if you are marrying, marry for where you are going to, because you are in a destination. Every man on earth is on a destination. You are going somewhere to happen. And remember, there's a devil in the world that does not want you to arrive. If you start well, you will end well. If you are focused, your destiny will not be aborted. A lot of destinies have been aborted through marriages. A lot of ministries have been terminated through marriage. Countless marriages, I mean, destinies have been aborted through marriage. Because why? They did not search for a wife. People marry for different reasons. So I'm talking to young men there. Please marry for where you are going to. Don't just marry a woman. Don't marry because your family people are marrying career people, men or women. No, marry for where you are going to. Marry for the woman that is a helpmeet. I was talking earlier how I met my wife anyway. I saw inner beauty. And till today, I still see it. If you marry your wife, there should be something that you see that's an inner beauty that propels you. I mean, that you search and you saw that attracted you. There's always an attraction. Every man you see will tell you something attracted them to their wives. I met my wife when my in-law, that is married to my junior sister, my only sister, came to see me many years ago. I was into business, and he came to see me. I mean, I had a little problem with my junior brother, my middle younger brother, and he came to settle us. When he came with a lady. And when he came with the lady, he came to my shop. When he was going, I was to see him off. When I came to his car, I saw this lady. And she smiled to me. The smile I saw, I mean, this was not honorary, you know. So what caught me was that smile. That smile she gave me. And since then, I began to make inquiry about that lady. I tell my in-law, I said, there's this lady you came with. Who is she? Well, I began to make inquiry. One thing led to the other. Today, she's my wife. So what am I talking about? Inner beauty. I saw that smile. It was not an honorary smile. Until today, that smile is still there. So there must be something you are marrying that you know is an inner beauty. I didn't marry my wife for her complexion. I didn't marry my wife for her height. I didn't marry my wife for her outward beauty. I marry her for that inner beauty that I see. That smile has done so much in my home today. I must say that smile has kept me alive. So you should marry for the inner beauty, not for the outward appearance. Some people marry for beauty. Oh, she's married. She's beautiful. She's that. There's beauty that did not touch the soul. Any beauty that does not touch the soul is not beauty. Remember, marriage is not just when both of you go to the altar and tie the knot. The real marriage is when both of you come to the house. Marriage starts the day everybody has gone for your marriage ceremony and both of you are in the house. That's the beginning of marriage. And the beauty of marriage, when you want to see the really beauty of marriage, is when you have gone into it 10 years, 15 years, both of you are still together. That's when you begin to see the inner beauty of that woman. You know, the inner beauty of the woman comes out. You know, and when you begin to get into old age, the beauty of a woman, you say the beauty begins to fade. I told you before that beauty of a woman is like a flower when you come out in the morning. That morning sun that reflects on that flower, it brings out the beauty of the flower. But when you come in the night, that flower cannot be the same. If you really want to know the beauty of that woman, come in the. And it is also said that there are some women that cover their ugliness with makeup. If you want to know a woman that is beautiful, let her take off her makeup. Come to the house in the early morning hours. You will see how ugly she is. So most of the beauties we see, there are different kind of makeup these days. I'm telling you, there are different kind of makeup. When the woman makes up for you, you see her face. You say, oh, this is queen of, I don't know what name to call it. But the real beauty is when that woman wakes up in the early morning hour. You know who is a beautiful woman and who is an ugly woman. You know? So beauty is deep beyond the skin. The beauty of a woman is inside. That woman that will go, on a destination with you is that woman that is beautiful inside. You know? That woman that will stay with you. Come rain, come sun. That is the woman that is designed to go on a journey of life with you. So, I've talked so much. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So, there must be searching before finding. If you don't find, you will not. If you don't search, you will not find. So, are you searching today? You know, are you searching? Are you looking for the inner beauty of that woman? That woman that can keep your home. That woman that can keep the family legacy. That woman that can, you understand? That's the woman. That's the woman that every man should look for. You know, if you know what you are marrying for, don't marry in the night. If you marry in the night because you are looking for a fair weather woman, you will marry the wrong woman. And tomorrow you will stand to cry. Most people have lost their destinies. Most people have died in the process. But I pray that you don't lose your life. In Jesus' name. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor. I'm waiting for that person that will pop up. Where are you? That will tell me about their marriages. What was your experience? I've told you my experience, how I find my wife. Tell me how you are having, we can counsel you. You need some counseling. If you have done mistake, it can be corrected. Yeah. So most men have done mistakes and they regret, oh, I wish I didn't marry this woman. You know, it's better you wait and not marry than enter into a turbulent marriage. A turbulent marriage when you marry another man's wife. Have you ever seen you marrying another? That's why I say he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So God is a God of process. He's a God of time, purpose, and objectivity. God is a God of accuracy. See, God makes it that you search for a wife. You will search. God made it so. Look at it. Even there's no searching. You can marry anybody you want to marry. But you see, when God molded you, He put a part of you in that woman that is your wife. That was why when God brought Eve before Adam, he recognized him and said, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. So there's a bone of your bone and a flesh of your flesh. You must search for that woman. You will search. You will search for that woman, you will find her. He who finds a wife, God attached a blessing to you. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. He said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So when you find a wife, you find a good thing and you obtain favor. There are some blessings that will not come your way until you find that woman. Let me use an example of someone, right now. Let me just use a popular musician we have in Nigeria here, Davido. Before he got married, he was having different baby mamas. And, though he had money, but right now he had more money than when he was single. The day he decided to pick his wife and marry her, you see, the heavens opened for him. The heavens opened for him. He will even tell you that I thank God I married Chioma. So He finds a wife. He found a wife when they were very young. If you hear the story very well, the Chioma came along with a friend to see Davido's friend. Davido's friend girlfriend came with Chioma to see Davido's friend. The girl Chioma escorted. In the process, Davido met her. That was when they met. You know, on the line they met. Davido was playing around. But the day he got married, he will tell you that his life became more complete. Even when you have all the monies, when you marry the wrong woman, you are still in trouble. I don't want to mention names. That's why you see even some celebrities that have made it. You see them changing wives like clothes. You change wife like clothes because you can only be fulfilled when you marry that which is the flesh of your flesh and the bone of your bone. They didn't search. They were confused along the line. Most of them marry in the night and they end up marrying the wrong women. And what happened? When you don't search, you will not find. And if you find not searching, you will find the wrong woman. That makes you again to go search. Because that was why God put it. He said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, obtain favor from the Lord. And marriage is for until death do us part. But when you see a man keep changing a wife, he's still searching. You see a man will marry this, you say, no, this one is not the woman I'm looking for. In the first place, the man did not search. So what we are saying to all men here is that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor. So there must be a searching before a finding. If you don't search, you will not find. I've given you the criteria that leads you to. So tell me your experience if you're out there. But if you're not married, tell me the kind of woman you intend to get married to. Been talking for quite some time now. Tell me the kind of woman you intend to get married to. Or if you are married, tell me your experience. I come to understand in every marriage there's a storm. Remember I told you the storm is the challenges. Everyone has a challenge in their home. Even every home you see, there's a storm in that home. The storm is a challenge, something that wants to steal your joy in that marriage. But you have to stand your ground. In every facet of life, there's always challenges. Your marriage can be challenged. Your career can be challenged. Your job can be challenged. So that is it. So it's all about life. But we are here to encourage you, don't be overwhelmed by the storms of life that you see. Because in every storm and challenge that you see, God will make a miracle out of it. I was narrating the story of the Red Sea. The Israelites came from Egypt and they were going to the promised land. The land of Canaan is their promised land. And they stumbled into a storm. What is that storm? The Red Sea. The Red Sea was a storm. And behind them, God loosed upon them, the Egyptians were coming behind them. And by their sides, they are mountains. So you see, there are storms. But I like one thing that God said there, the way God commanded Moses. When the people began to cry to Moses, have you brought us here to die? Are there no graves in Egypt? I think that is the most intriguing miracle of all time. But Moses cried to God. On the present the people crying to him, he cried to God. And God said, why are you crying to me? So when God turned to Moses, and turned to God, God said, tell the people to keep going. And he said, what the rod? Stretch the rod. And we all know that the stretching of that rod was what parted the Red Sea. The people have uncommon grace. They walk on big ground and they cross the Red Sea. You know what that tells me? In the midst of the storm, that was where God, manufactures a miracle. So in the storm in your life, when all things are not working, when everything is loose on you, be calm and be calculated and keep going in your loose on you. Be calm and be calculated and keep going in your daily life. The storm has not come to kill you. Remember, in the middle of the storm, that was when God calmed the storm and made a miracle out of it. God calmed the storm and way it also happens in your life. There are storms in your life. You see, it looks like it's going to swallow you up. But when you keep going about what you are doing, don't mind the storm. But look out for a miracle in every storm challenge you go through. There's a miracle, there's a seed of miracle coming out of it. That was what happened in the Red Sea. It's the same thing. It could happen in your own life. So every storm you are going through in life, has not come to swallow you. Keep looking at the storm. Don't be overwhelmed by the storms of life, the challenges of life. But those challenges of life is what God turns to a miracle. At times that's why God said, quit looking at what you are seeing. See, we don't judge things by sight, we judge by faith. He said, what you are seeing, the Egyptians that you see today, you see them no more. And that was a reality. What happened? When the Red Sea parted, the people were passing the middle of the Red Sea. The Egyptians, didn't know that these people were serving a God, a living God. Their own God is dead. They plunged in, and their own dead God could not save them from the Red Sea. Immediately the Israelites crossed, the last man crossed the Red Sea. I think I see the Bible in pictures. I think in pictures, God closed the Red Sea against the Egyptians, and they were swallowed up. Well, that's why I said, you see them no more. I like that word that Moses said. He said, be still and see the salvation of the Lord. Oh, Moses was a courageous man. In the midst of the storm, he said, be still and you will see the salvation of the Lord. I say to someone today, in the midst of that storm, can you just be still? Even me talking to you right now, I'm going through storms in my life. But I'm encouraging myself, I should be still. No matter how rough it is, be still in the middle of that storm and know and see the salvation of the Lord. You will see the salvation of the Lord, He will deliver you. What am I trying to say here? God uses the storms of life to make a miracle out of us. I give an example of an eagle bird. You see, the eagle bird is more stronger in the mix of a storm. When other birds cannot fly, when the storm is raging, that is when the eagle bird stretches his wing and glides. It glides in the mix of that turbulent wind. The eagle birds glide in the middle of a turbulent storm when other birds cannot fly. The eagle bird stretches his wings like that, which means the storm carries him. That's the way God wants us, to look at life. The storms of life have not come to swallow us up, but rather a miracle will come out of it. So you see, he that is in the world, he that is in you is greater than he that is in the world. The one in the world wants to swallow you, which is the devil. But he that is in you will make that raging storm, a miracle. That's the way miracles are bettered. When everybody has deserted you, when you have lost everybody, that is around you, you are still standing. That's what God wants to see. You see, He wants to see that tenacity in you. You are still standing. If you are still standing and holding on to faith, the Bible actually says, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. He said, my soul will not have pleasure on he that gives up. Do you know that when you give up in the middle of a storm, God will not have pleasure on you? I'm talking to someone right now. He said, my soul will not have pleasure in that man that gives up. So God does not want us to give up in the middle of a storm. Because that storm, God is going to change it to a miracle. That's why He's powerful. God's strength is our weakness. When you are weak, you cannot help yourself. The devil has messed you up. He feels he has messed you up. Let me use that word. He feels he has messed you up. But you do know that he has arranged you for a miracle. Oh my God. Oh Shakarabataya Mandirebo. So when the devil feels he has messed you up, he didn't know that he was arranging you for a miracle. But it's only you that can mess up the miracle. When you refuse to align yourself, wait upon God till the end. God, I will see the end of this. I'm in the middle of a storm right now, and I'm saying, God, you have to do this. You have not brought me this far to leave me here. I tell God that every day. God, you are good. You can't bring me here. I know where you picked me from yesterday. And you told me in your word in Jeremiah 9:11, you say your thought towards me is not of evil but of good, to give me an expected end. You can't bring me here and leave me, all of us. I've not seen any man that God brought to a certain point in life and leave them. Name them in the Bible. Everyone that God did a great miracle in their life, He picked them from nothingness. Is it David? David, from an honorary shepherd boy, became a man after God's heart. Is it Joseph? Joseph that was sold into slavery in Egypt became the second man in command in Egypt. So you see, everyone that God picks, name them. God brought them from nothingness. Was it Abraham? We know Abraham his family was rich, but he was nothing. He didn't have a child. He had no. So you see, God, God picks people. Try. So you see, God, God picks people. Try to make something out of them. You see, God makes beauty out of ashes. God, we have a God, we serve a God. It's still that same God that we are serving today. A God make beauty out of ashes. I don't know what your ashes is, but I'm here to tell you today that God is going to make beauty out of it. If only you can hold on to the end and not give up. Don't give up on God now. God is not ready to give up on you. He said, I will never give up on you. Don't give up on yourself. Even he say, even when you give up on yourself, I will not give up on you. Have you gone through trials? It's just like you trying to make something work and it's not working. You are being frustrated. You know, I'm having some challenges in my YouTube channel. And my wife looked at me yesterday and said, why are you not giving up? I said, do you want me to give up? I'm having serious challenges in the YouTube, but I'm not really still give up. I'm still talking. And she just asked me to know whether I'm still holding on firm. I said, oh, yeah, I must still hold on firm. I'm not designed to give up. You know, in the social media, the most hardest part, the most challenging part of any media, social media you can see is the YouTube. YouTube is very difficult, very challenging and everything. You know, so I've gone through a lot, I'm telling you, but I'm not ready to give up. Because why? I know I must still attain. And she now told me, I'm only asking to know whether you are still holding on. I said, why not? I hold on. I've gone through a series of challenges. I can't talk about it right now, but I'm still holding on. I'm still marching on, looking forward to when I will monetize. You know, because I have so much to offer to my world. And through the social media. You know, so that is it. So you have to keep going, even in the midst of turbulence, challenges. Those challenging, they say winners never quit. It's not just a cliche. What makes you a winner is that you are holding on till the end. Because some people start some things and along the line there's so much pain, they give up along the line. While the miracle is just about to unfold. So no matter what challenges you have going on in your life, hold on to it. Hold on. The fact that you failed yesterday does not make you a failure. God never created failures. You understand what I mean? Out of any man, God creates us. But you see, I have my shot. Go visit my shot. I did a shot. I say failure is not a tag, neither is it a title. Failure is a process that gets you to something. That you fail today does not make you a failure. You understand what I mean? On you, I've seen people that fail severally in life, and later on they achieve success. The man that invented the bulb, Thomas Edison. 99 times he tried to make the bulb, and the world said 99 times he failed. He challenged them, said, I did not fail 99 times. I only discovered that 99 times I could not make the bulb. So I am not a failure. So no one is a failure. Failure is not a tag, it's not a title, but it's a process that gets you to success. Every human being you see on the surface of the earth have failed one way or the other. So don't fail. When you fail, don't go and cry and say, oh, the world has ended for me. No, you're not a failure. Pick yourself up, keep running again. You will attain the height. Everyone. Failure is not that you have failed. Failure that is that he said 99 times I couldn't discover. So when you didn't get success, that does not make you a failure. It means that you have not discovered success. So you keep going. But you are not a failure. Don't feel bad. Don't call yourself a failure. No. Don't call yourself a failure. You know, there's nothing wrong in not saying it. In three did. I got three copyrights, and 2 gave me 2 strikes. I have the third one to go, but I know I will skate through in YouTube. So you see how tough it is. Copyright issue, they can give you a strike. The third strike you get, they will remove your channel. But I know my channel will not be removed. That was when my wife asked me that question. I keep going. So that shook me. So I must be careful the way I move. So they give me 3 months probation. If I offend within that 3 months, they will remove my channel. But I know by the grace of God, I will not offend. But I still keep going. So in life, you don't look at the storm. Don't be overwhelmed by the storm. But say by the grace of God, you will get there. Things come to challenge you to know how much you are made up of. So that's why winners never quit. It is losers that quit. You don't have to quit along the line. Winners never quit. So you keep trying until you get there. You know, you're not created to be a failure. You are created to be a success. So if you have not attained success, it does not mean you are a failure. There's a time to attain that success, and you will get there. Keep holding on. You are there. Please, can you tell me what are your challenges in life? Can you tell me what challenge you have gone through? Do I know the challenges? Can you talk to me? There's someone just popping up. Let me talk to me one challenge you have gone through that make you want to throw the towel. Can you tell me of a certain challenge you have gone through in life that you almost threw the towel? Can I just know? Can you talk to me? Someone talk to me. I've been talking all this while. I want to get a feedback. Can you talk back? Talk the talk to me. Talk back to me. Let me know the challenges you have gone through in life. So challenges, you shouldn't quit trying, but keep going. Don't give up in life because God said He will not give up on you. The challenges of life have not come to snap life out of you, but rather they are a great comeback to make you stronger. Holding on, knowing all facets of life to hold on to. So you see, you are designed for such a day like this. You know, you mustn't give up. God does not expect us to give up, even in the midst of the storm. You see, in the midst of the storm, the eagle birds glide. You know, so that is it. I give you a story again of the eagle bird. You see, when the eagle bird gives birth to his eaglets, he puts them in a good, comfortable nest. But at the time when they come to maturity, the eagle bird wants to train them to fly. He will destroy the nest and carry them up the sky and leave them. They will be falling. Oh, eagle bird, the eaglets will be shouting, "Oh, mommy bird, why? What are you doing to us? Oh, you want to kill us?" That's what God does to us. He trains us with storms of life. That eaglets will be falling, they'll be shouting, they'll be crying. But while the eagle bird will fly down, if they want to fall down, he will catch them. So even in the mix of your storm, remember there is God. There is a God that is guiding you. He said, "We will never leave you nor forsake you." Even when the storm is raging so high, you will not be swallowed up by the storm. No storm that is bigger than our God. Remember, greater is He that is in you than they that are in the world. The greater one lives inside of you and is telling you today that He will never leave you nor forsake you. So don't you ever give up. So I call on you today not to give up on yourself, because God will never give up on you. And you are His most prized possession. God is working in you both to will and to do of His good pleasure. So once again, let me take a detour and ask you and tell you this. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So there must be a searching for you to find. So today, if you are of age, you have not start searching, please start searching, because you can only find a wife when you search. There are wife materials out there, but you must search for you to find. And he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. It's a season for you to obtain favor. Everything on the surface of the earth is time. There's a time to be born. There's a time, to get married, and there's a time also to die. So right now, God has given you an opportunity to search for a wife. Go search for a wife. And as you search, you will find one. But if you don't search, you will not find. For you to find a wife, you must search. There must be a searching before a finding. It is the will of God that God has prepared a wife. I would like to advise you that if you want to do the searching of your wife, go out of the comfort of your home. Yeah, go out of it. No one will do that searching for you, as per se. What I'm trying to say in essence is that there are some people that are saying that in the olden days when we were small, they said for our fathers, they go marry for them, and bring them from. They've not seen a woman, and I don't know how that kind of love works anyway. And they will marry them, you know. So God is so wonderful, but the one that we know that He who finds a wife finds a good thing. So at times in our days, days of our father, they bring wives for them today. You can't compare it, you know, with the marriages of today. Are our men searching? Our men of today, are they really searching? You know, if you really ask our youths today, I've interviewed a lot of youths, and I will tell you, now is the no-go area. Ladies of today, all they're after is money. When you begin to befriend them, they will be telling you to buy them recharge card, bring money for gas, bring money for that. So most of them are afraid to even, in the first place, date any lady. I said that should not be something that they should be afraid of. I'm talking about where we find ourselves right now in Nigeria. That's to tell you how bad the system is. So I begin to ask myself, is it that our men are no longer searching again because of the economic meltdown? Even despite and despite the economic meltdown, they will always be searched by the man. The man should, because why? If you see a woman that genuinely loves you, we will know. A woman that loves you genuinely will not ask for money for gas, will not ask you money for the recharge card. I'm not saying you won't give to her. It will be a yardstick for the relationship. So anything should not be a yardstick outside true love. True love conquers all. But we ask again, are we really having true love these days? I mean, that's a topic of discussion for another day. I would like to have a guest come in with me one day and we'll talk about this topic. Is there true love really in our days of today? Do we still have true love? It's subject to discussion for another day. We'll discuss this some other time. So look forward to that. It's something we're going to talk about when I come live streaming some other time. But let's come back to our topic. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So if you don't search, you will not find. What precedes you finding a wife is the searching. That's what I'm emphasizing on right now, is the searching. When you search with your eyes open. Some men search with their eyes closed. You understand what I mean? So I've enumerated it earlier. Some men marry in the night. When you are searching for something, there must be light. When you don't have light, how do you see what you are searching for? That was what I was touching on. You see some men marry in the dark, and they marry the wrong women. I gave you a story of the lineage of Abraham. Abraham married a fair weather woman. Isaac married a fair weather woman. Jacob also did the same thing. He was supposed to marry, the patriarch married one wife, but Jacob ended up marrying two wives because why? He married in the night. Leah was the first daughter of Laban, his uncle. He was not supposed to get married to Leah because he was in love with Rachel. But because his uncle played the first one on him, and he ended up marrying Leah because he married in the night. They brought her in the night time. They disguised her and brought her in the night time. He didn't know who was married. He thought when he opened her veil, he learned it was not Rachel. So he was forced to work for another 7 years that earned him Rachel. So he ended up working 14 years to have two wives. So you see, he married in the night. So when you are searching, make sure your eyes are open to see that woman. You will not only see the facial beauty of that woman. The beauty of a woman is not actually the facial look, but the inner beauty. Her heart, how sweet is her heart? How good is her countenance? How good is her character? Those are the things that you look for, because beauty will fade with time. I told you the beauty of a woman is like a flower you see the radiance of a flower in the morning. When you come in the night, it's not the same. The glow of the beauty of the woman is in the morning, but in the night time, it's no longer there. So he who finds a wife finds a good thing there must be a searching. Search when there is light so that you can see well. When you marry in the dark, you regret. Oh, why did I marry her? You see, we maybe with time how our marriage how our marriage is doing today. A lot of people are having challenges in their marriage. Every marriage has challenges. I'm not a marriage counselor. My wife is. She's a relationship doctor and she's a relationship person. I just delved into this topic today by proxy. I decided to look into it, but it's not my area. I'm not a relationship person. My wife is. In case you want counseling, I will refer you to her and she'll do justice to just that. I'm just looking at this by proxy, what marriage is. My focus is the man, the man searching and finding the right woman. If you don't search, you will not find. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you search very well with your eyes open, you will find a wife. And when you find a wife, you obtain favor from the Lord. Favor is blessing. You see, there are blessings that come with a woman of your youth, a woman that you marry that is your wife. You see, people come into your life. When you marry the right woman, things begin to work in your life. When you marry the wrong woman, things go upside down. That's what the favor that God is talking about. There are some places you will not enter unless you are married. There are some businesses people will not go into it with you until you are married. People consider you more matured and more reliable when you are married to a responsible woman. People have nothing to do with you, but you're just a young bachelor. There are some businesses that will not be given to you because they still consider you that you are still playing. But when you come into the marriage world, people have confidence, to do things with you. So marriage is honorable. So don't come to that point in life. That you tell yourself that you're not married. Marriage is honorable. Marriage is good. So I want you to keep it going and keep your marriage working. Keep searching. As you search, you will find. And God will honor you in that marriage. Thank you.